We want to say hi, Spirit. Want to say hi, asshole? Want to say hi, asshole? Hi, asshole. Hi, asshole. Hey, asshole. You little asshole. You little asshole. You alright, Mom? Oh, hey, be nice. Be nice, you little punk. Yeah, he's always trying to steal something of us. I've been getting refills for like, you know.
I know, but I thought, no, I'm not paying $9.
No. Nope. It's a beautiful day today.
Chris?
Yeah.
I made a half pot of coffee.
Okay.
And don't forget to do the...
I know, I'm looking for where I put the switches. I
Okay.
think they might be in the van. Might be well in the van.
Well,
You double your odds of success. So, this month.
What?
the bowls put digging in the front yard. But
They're now digging in the sides.
Huh?
Now they're digging in the sides.
I can't hear you.
Now they're digging in the sides.
They're over here.
Yeah, I've seen it.
If you see a hole open, let me know and I'll... Okay. Hang in there. Ah! There.
Couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real. She was in her phone, you were just a pose. And don't we try to love, but give it all to God.
They're smoking them out.
Try.
Want to get?
No, because they will explode. They'll explode.
Yeah, it's a gopher smoke. Supposed to run the gophers out. Oh, I went and I did a little food pickup. I gave someone a ride and ended up leaving them there. You know, I just, you know, it was, I mean, you know, leave me waiting for an hour, you know, and expecting me to help you do some other stuff. And so, and they started being shitty with me. So it's like, well, fine then. If you don't respect, if you do not value my time, let me keep it. So I kept it to myself. I want to share it. They weren't very happy about that, but you know, it's times in my life for other people, you know, and you know, you don't respect my time, you don't get it, and I think that's very, 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 you know, I don't mind helping, but you know, just there's a way to respect people doing it. There's a way to respect, you know, I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for a lot of shit anymore. I just don't. And I was even willing to, because they want me to use, I was supposed to help them take in some copper to the scrapyard, and then after that, run and go get a part, and then help them put the part on. And I didn't mind. But, you know, and I went back and was like, okay, well, let's go get this stuff. She's going to make me wait an hour, and she can wait for 2. I wasn't going to be a total dick about it. You know, and I went there, and then they tried to scold me and tried to tell me, you know, this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go pick her up. I'll go pick her up. My time. My time. My time. I'm not going, no, I'm going to start a fight with you, but, you know, trying to make me feel bad for, you know, making my time precious, my time being precious to me? No. Trying to tell me I was on somebody else's time? No, you can go ahead and think that way. You can go ahead and think that way all you want. If you think my time is devoted to anything other than me. Not to be a dick, but don't mind being one. And I just, man, you have got me, you have said some beautiful things to and about me lately. I really want to thank you for making it obvious a lot of the things I've overlooked. It's not often I've had friends that were willing and able to do that. And it's nice to have such a beautiful script that I can see play out in real time. I do that without getting emotional. Too bad. Oh yeah, now I'm looking for switches. That's right. I got 2 switches to change out. My mom out. She's been out doing for a while. I've been putting it off. It's just 4 little screws. Send you an invite just in case you don't have to, but you can if you want to. I need to get something to pop this door up a little bit better than an axe.
I'm gonna blow your eardrums out. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on.
That was loud. That was loud.
Come and do dishes with me. I'm sorry.
Oh no! It's you know, it's fine. We're all human. We all got shit to do.
Tasking with 2 hands, and I recognized that those sounds weren't pleasant.
Oh, you know, it's, you know, and some people, it's amazing what people consider pleasant. You know, because I have just adored some of the times that I've gotten on live or something like that, and you hear or like in a conversation, you hear the children in the background, or just different noises that you don't even realize you miss. You don't even realize how precious or how much you once valued them. And it's, to have dishes to do dishes is, not everyone has that ability.
Right. And it was one of those channelings recently that they said, honor the sounds, feel into them, feel into the consciousness of what we could consider and tune out as just oblivious noise. They're wanting us to really tune into all of the sounds. I'm just remembering this down.
You say I'm remembering that channel. I remember the channel, and and I really enjoyed. I would like to get a copy of what I got a lot of it done, but the deals about breath, about holding the breath and stuff like that, because I missed some, because he got so soft and so subtle with some of his words. Well, Spirit says hi. He's waiting for his treat. Every day about 2:30 or so, he sits there, and that's where he waits to get his treat.
The official show pony of TikTok in Spirit.
Yep, that's the spirit of the spirit of shit talk. No, I'm kidding.
He says what is forbidden from us.
Because we all do talk some shit now, don't we?
Guilty, and kind of want to reflect on how that makes me feel when I do it, and was that my best choices? Was it my real thoughts and feelings, or was it just being reactive to an old sensitivity that's coming to play with me?
Oh, well, that's I really appreciate a lot of the perspectives and stuff of John Balls as well. He's such, it's the neat perspectives and things that, one thing just leads to another, and how we all have so many beautiful perspectives that we keep to ourselves, and I haven't given myself enough. I have not given myself enough freedom in the past, and I wonder why I chose to live my life that way. Now that I see I had a choice. Because we don't always realize that we do have, that's an option. It's just a choice or option that we have, that, we just don't even realize we're making a lot of the choices that we make.
Out of loyalty to others that we want to honor, we give a lot of our choices to them, thinking that that's going to please them and potentially please ourselves. And we're doing it out of loyalty and honor and love and respect for them, and yet they may not recognize the power we give them.
True that. Or even the power that we didn't. Is it that we give them, or just the power that we deny ourselves? I think it's another beautiful point to ponder.
Oh, so true, so true. And yes, it's when we start questioning, actually, what can I do for myself? And am I allowed to actually do things that give me joy and may not be other people's favorite choices for them that I'm doing, but yet, I'm sorry, that's probably super noisy, but
That wasn't bad. It just went
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Sound control to Major Tom. Doing dishes in the... I don't know. I don't want to go on. Who knows what my inner rap could say and be.
We have not dived into that in a while, because I remember you starting to get into some free flow. I remember that, and I think you do have some good flow, honey. We can get back into it. You practice on your improv rap, because you got it, honey. I mean, just being able to let ourselves speak, and you do so good at that in channeling, and I really think you could. I really, of course, I think everyone's capable of it. It's just will it be to our own expectations, or to our own, as good as we think we should be, and I sometimes have a little bit more experience, and sometimes people might want to try to be as good a poet as I am, and they're just not there yet. It takes a while. But it's
I want to honor this app and master my lip syncing dance moves first.
all right. You know, and I can respect that about you. I can, I cannot push you into the things that I want you to do, and just accept the path that you want for you. Oh, I wish everybody gave me that. Oh, wow.
We might have to do some lip syncing dance battles.
So that would be fun. That would be fun. That would be interesting to see how that played out. Oh,
I'm
who was
warning
going to
you, if we
participate
do
in that?
duos, I'm going to be the man. You're going to be my lady. I'm going to own it. I've been practicing all my life for this.
Well, I've just been practicing making myself a fool, but I have no problem being good at that. I think I'm really pretty successful at being foolish, you know.
The end result and goal is laughing so hard, I don't know whether I'm going to pee or cry.
No, it's like, it's really, people do not realize the joy of losing control of bodily functions during humor, during joy. I mean, if you have not laughed until you've shat yourself, what's wrong with you? Allow yourself that experience and just, shower with your clothes on, give them a rinse first. It makes a cleanup a lot easier.
Has one truly lived if you haven't soiled yourself in laughter?
Yeah. If you have not gotten yourself dirty with joy, I mean, you're not experiencing it to its full potential. Wow. oh, mercy.
Fully express oneself with humor. Yeah, don't hold back. I'm finding a medium balance for me that feels comfortable while not depressing myself. So there's that.
Why are you asking me? I mean, if it's right for you, it doesn't matter what I think. I mean, that's what I would think someone would tell me.
Oh, for sure. And so therefore it's getting out of our own heads, considering other people's comfortability, and just go for it.
Yeah, be the self of you that just doesn't care what other people think, that is willing to, do what other people consider as stupid, do what people have told you what not to do, because you find more out. I mean, a lot of it's fear. Once you conquer the fears that other people have placed on you, life truly opens up. We're living out so many people have spoken so much fear into our lives and into our hearts that we accept it as reality. And their reality does not have to be ours. We can have a totally different experience than the one that they're trying to protect us from.
Yeah, I'm being accountable and thinking, why did I feel so judgmental when I saw someone doing lip syncing? And I recognized it wasn't a love expression. It was more kind of like an intimidation, that she was using a certain song and the energy was quite aggressive. And I just sort of thought, if you've got a beef with people in general, why aren't you speaking this? Why do you have to be this? I mean, it wasn't gangster music, but essentially the energy came with that attitude. And it was...
You know who you reminded me of right now? I mean, I want to say the name, but I know who you reminded me of right now. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, not our lovely British friend.
We've already said too much. I don't want to offend nobody, just in case, or but it's just it's sad. I do miss them terribly, but it's kind of like it's respecting me, and it's just like we all have the way to find things on our own, and it's so hard to think when people say something that hurts your feelings, that maybe that feeling needed to be hurt. You've hurt my feelings a lot, ma'am. I mean, and I don't even expect I don't even want apologies for it, because it is so real, and just kind of like, we don't always learn through pleasant experiences or experiences that don't cost us anything. And pain is the one thing that will teach us more than many other things. that screw hole's broke. So I mean, I can get, I put a plate on there. That's about the best I can do.
All right, but you can put the plate.
Let me get one fine plate. I'll get a plate for it. Put a plate on it, make it look good.
Do you have a plate?
No, I don't.
I know you'll get one.
Yep.
All right, and you're going to do the...
Yeah, I'm going to the house now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Mom. Okay. Well, I'll do it in a minute. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Let's go downstairs. But you know, there's been, man, it's just the growth that, you know, I've gone through just from your lives and the experiences that you've helped, you know, helped me to question the things that you've helped me to question, the things that you made me realize it's okay to question, you know, because, you know, it's so many times, it's like so many people I feel that have really good questions are made to feel bad because people don't have the answers to them. So instead of people being able to honor the fact that, you know, I might not all the answers that let me get you back, they want to make you feel bad for bringing up a point that they haven't considered. And that happens more often than I think most people are even realize or even aware of. And it's so sad that people are led to believe that they can't question, or that questioning, you know, things is wrong. Because it's accepting things without questioning, to me, is more wrong. I've lost more of myself by not questioning, by accepting what they claimed it to be. You know, I've lost more because of that than questioning things I had a right to question.
Yeah, 1,000,000,000%. I fully resonate with that. And the fact that, you know, a random concept or question has been made, and I want to, you know, keep thinking about it and exploring that. And I get sort of, you know, they shut me down as if I'm not allowed to know certain things. And, you know, that's their uncomfortability of exploring the mind, exploring these concepts and feeling into other parts of our mind that is more than just the human condition.
It's really nice to be able to go back and to just not say necessarily re-experience, but, you know, to experience things that, you know, I was ashamed of, to realize that I had no reason to be ashamed in that situation. It's like the people who treated me that way should have been ashamed, not me for my you know, part in it. And it's hard to recognize control and manipulation from love when you're denying yourself love. You know, at point, until you are willing to love yourself, we don't even have a glimpse of what real love is. Until we accept that love for ourselves, we don't even know how to treat others with that same love. And a lot of things that I've had for myself has not been love. So of course my reflection of love was manipulative. It was controlling. It was upon these standards, which is not necessarily, it's not right to, you know, make people fit within your standards. And I don't think enough people are aware of that. And most people are just forcing people to live within their standards for their presence. And, you know, there are some things that, you know, about some boundaries that might need to be defined, but I don't know. It's just so sad that I think so many people grow up with that.
Yeah, I particularly recognize that. But isn't that wonderful motivation to recognize we don't comply to other people now? We're curious, we've got like a bee in our bonnet, we're super focused, and it's just so driven naturally, and it's exciting. It feels like inspiration to explore these things of our own curiosities.
And even learning going back and exploring our past, and, you know, and redefining who we accept, who we think we are. And not redefining who we think we are, but being able to redefine, you know, that it's just you know, I've never it's for me. I've never really fit in, and you know, I haven't even tried really in the longest time, and how that has been really freeing for me to accept that, for me to be so honest and open, and when some people have told me how inspired they are about me being honest about my faults. You know, and it's like everyone wants to shout. Everyone wants to shout their achievements. That, you know, they shouldn't even need to have to be. If they cared about you, they'd already know that. But everyone wants to shout about our achievements when we should be shouting our losses and the things that hurt us the most, that we've learned the most from, more loudly than any achievement, because the achievement is its reward. You know, without sharing our what we considered failures that taught us how to achieve, those are the things that, you know, if we share those, then the people that we share that to that are willing to hear it don't have to experience it. But some people have to experience it. I get it.
Yeah, when I started realizing I had to have my own personal experiences to understand certain things, that's when I gave myself that option and that power to explore, to learn, and not just read through, say, Dolores Cannon's books, for example. She was really wanting me to be curious and explore for myself. And while even I was listening to other clients and loving and supporting them on their journey, I was neglecting myself for dramatics, abandoning myself out of my own curiosities to figure out my own soul's journey. And when I did that, oh my God, that's when I could finally understand myself, remember myself, to then have that sense of not being lost, but remembered, and then honor myself. So therefore I could love.
Yeah, and a lot. You know, I listen a lot. I doom scroll a lot still. And I've seen a lot of these videos, these you know, AI videos talking about how certain drugs, how it's, you know, how people can't love or people can't have any emotional intelligence. There's some people just because they struggle with a substance, and you know, it's like, why? To me, it's like, why would you even post that? Even to just rationalize how it's, you know, if someone is an addict, why you just don't even have to care more about them because they're just lost. And that's not always. It might be true for some, but just because it's true for someone to put it out there like it's true for everyone, it's not fair. It's not right. It's not helpful. You know, just because someone is struggling with a coping mechanism. Someone is finding someone is using what gives them comfort, and yeah, it can take away, it can, you know, have some long-standing effects, but it's you know, you can't fault people for how they know how to survive, especially if you don't love them enough to try and help them find, you know, a more natural or better way, or how to regulate. You know, if people learn, we can only learn self-regulation is our own responsibility. Self-regulation is, you know, it's easy to depend on doctors or this, that, and the other to give us the right dosage, but, you know, it's on us to even regulate, you know, our medication. You know, are we using this as its medication using all my life, or are we going to, you know, kind of lean off how to deal with, you know, who you are, who you were made to be? Because I don't believe that's a mistake with any of us. You know, it wasn't a mistake that we have these so-called disorders, but, you know, it's not necessarily a disorder. It's something to help. It's something to help us. But if we aren't given what that disorder or whatever is trying to help us find, it's not the disorder or the person with the disorder that's trying to find awareness or bringing awareness to it. Because there wouldn't be so many people being born this way if it weren't for something that's supposed to help us transcend or grow beyond. You know, and I love this society. We finally got the awareness, and you know, that fucking closed-minded Christian mentality, which is a lot of the times just religious control or governmental, you know, statutes, which all religion and government seem to be. Yeah, there's truth in a lot of things that are said, but the truth, you know, is found with or without religion. I've found, you know. It's great to read books that other people have written, but we're all here to write our chapters. Not just read someone else's. You know?
that whole premise of seeking we shall receive and know thyself, to honor ourselves. And we're all doing the best we can, and we all need to work in this specific density that was set out for us, that we could then thrive and shine and transmute. So there's many perspectives to that, and it's definitely not for anyone to judge or shame, especially when we don't understand why we are needing to be in that density to transmute it for humanity.
And not only that, it's the narrow-mindedness that all these people who have gone through a version of what they're assuming or what someone else has gone through, is like, people want to believe that the way that they did it is the way that somebody else must do it to achieve their results. And that has never been the case. Ever. It might be a version of, but, you know, we share what works with us. Not to try and see, you know, a lot of times people share, I think people will share what helped them. And if you don't do exactly as what worked for them, then you're not worth the effort. And it's just like when you don't do it the way, when you don't do it, when you don't have that in common, when you're just, you know, then it's just kind of like, you know, it's I just got to write you off because I can't see anything other than this reality that I believe is true. I mean, with religious people, it gets like that. It's like, I can't see outside this. You know, 'cause if you hit a core belief, it just like this deer in the headlights, and they just, and it's just like, oh, I'm so tired of that reaction to reality outside of your perspective. When we all are suffering in that, we are all suffering from not having the correct perspectives outside of our realities. That's, and, you know, rejoicing in that creates hope. Because we're all in the same boat there.
Definitely, yeah. And it's that what level and what energy frequency and what identity of us being lost is still being nurtured. And it's wonderful to honor our own journey and then respect those who do have those sensitivities to effectively be that sense of losing themselves in this reality, because they know they're not their true selves, but they can't understand that. So they're navigating in that density. So yes, when we're trying to illuminate our belief systems and awarenesses and experiences to others, it may be completely distracting for their significant role.
I've never considered that. I've never considered that. Thank you. Thank you. So again, I find it and rejoice in the things that, you know, that people that don't hear you, because that it just kind of like, you know, it's you know, kind of like, not to say that they're on the other team, but, you know, this is like the point, you know, if you can plant the right seed here, you know, it might fuck up that other plan really good, but, you know, it changes things. How we interact with reality changes it. And, you know, and to just realize that sometimes in those ones that are different than you is truly the opportunity to make a difference by showing them the version of love that we have. Because love is the only thing that we can, the true love, when added to anything, it's a variable that changes it. And how it changes it, no one can predict. Truly.
So if we replace the word love with acceptance, and if we had true acceptance for ourselves and true acceptance for others, imagine the energy frequency we would be immolating, soaking in, marinating in, and then extruding to everyone with them.
Well, you know, it would be when we started catching the smiles instead of catching the colds, you know? We were just kind of like riding on joy bubbles, you know, and just kind of like when our feet never touched the fucking ground. They always land on somebody else's wings or shoulders head first, you know? Let's go back up, you know? Theoretically, possible. And it's good to see you. Good to see you here, Yahweh. I love call. I mean, I don't call her that very often, but it's cool. It's cool to say that. Good to have you here, Yahweh. It is good to say that. You know, that was one of the most beautiful things I enjoyed the most when I started looking at you.
Lovers. Kissing and quick, I need to remember those childlike what is those little sayings about oh my gosh, why can't I recall?
K-I-S-S-I-N-G. First comes
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
love, then comes marriage, then comes baby and the baby carriage. Yeah. That one
I gotta
is
get
so
that shit
triggered for both of us.
down.
That one is so
That's gonna be
triggered
my
for both of us.
track.
I don't believe I repeated that, and we are not going to be expecting. We are not even fornicating. We haven't really even talked about it yet, which is strange for me. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if you're telling, there's so much that I'm finding, outside of that, and learning to celebrate. I really don't, and that's a beautiful. I've never entered a relationship with that kind of respect, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to find someone as beautiful when you fall in love with yourself by knowing them. It really creates a conundrum that I'm enjoyed being in the midst of most of the time.
I'm sorry that I have instigated the inner child me to see two people just feeling comfortable around each other. And so while I'm being dramatic and entertaining myself, I do apologize for whatever my expression of wanting to sing love songs to my friends, what that looks like.
Whatever. See, she says shit like that to me all the fucking time. Fucking irritating and just like, ugh. Yeah, we are. As I started calling her cunt right off the get go. I mean, calling her cunt and bitch every other fucking word for real, and since that didn't seem to offend her, so I'm like, okay, maybe she's okay of a person. For real. I mean, that's kind of dumb. That's what I do to a good woman. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes, speaking to someone who knows their own self-identity, so words don't hurt them, but they're just observing.
Well, I know. I mean, I do have my little. Let's say I did, but you are. I have not. You got a different version than I've ever kind of like played before. You're on a totally different. But yeah, I do got to test you right off the get go just to see if you're gonna be a tender cunt and just what kind what kind of words trigger you? What usually most people don't. It's like if the word bitch or cunt trigger you, you're probably a bitch or cunt. I mean, I'm sorry. They offend you probably because you are one, or else it probably wouldn't offend you. People have
In
not
my
liked
common
that.
language, with my common folk people in my common country, saying to someone "you're a good cunt" is the highest praise. I mean, everyone wants to be a good
You're a
cunt.
good cunt. God, oh my God. I cannot wait to be telling everybody, you're a good cunt. If I like you, you're a good cunt. What the fuck have you done to me, honey? What the fuck? I mean, people are not going to like me for this. And I love that for us both.
It's a praise. And if people are sensitive about the bodies, I mean, how immature. Shame on them. Jokes, that's me. I'm still developing maturity with that. But, I can speak some naughty words and feel good about it.
Oh, and she comes up. Welcome up. Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Morning. It's like 3:30 here. Is it still morning for you? Is it just getting up for you? What time is it?
10:30.
Okay, it's still morning. I'll shut up. It's still early. She can say morning. I'll shut up. She said it anyway, even one morning. Things always look brighter in the morning.
I noticed there seemed to be this trend where some people take words so literally that saying to someone good morning is a reference to the time of day because it's the morning time. They want to make it into grief and that I'm trying to cast spells on them and wanting them to feel morning as if
Morning, morning.
if you're still at word salad battles and belief systems and you can't feel my energy frequency of greeting you with kindness, there's more work for you, my friend.
Yes, those I remember going into a few lives and it was like some of my wording, like hello, saying hello. For a while there, I didn't even want to say hello. And it's like, it really, they could have been, made to restrict or whatever. But if you don't have to let it, you don't. It's okay to use words.
It's okay not to, too.
Well, isn't it interesting when any group wants to suppress our expressions because of their own fears and their own sensitivities? And I remember someone coming onto the panel saying, oh, no, I don't like the word trigger. You can't use that around me. And I was like, trigger city for you. Trigger city for you then, my friend. Grow the fuck up. If you're wanting to be a leader and a guru for humanity, honor what we're going through and express it. Don't try to manipulate people, control people, you silly guru.
I was working with this old couple. They're really religious. So could you not use that language? It's like, oh fuck, well fuckity fuck. Like, oh, you were being serious. My bad. He wasn't amused.
I guess I'm just sensitive to people trying to limit my expressions, and I'm not going to honor them, especially when it's from their own ignorance. I'm going to express myself in how I intend. Triggers are gifts and opportunities, and if we are not allowed to feel comfortable around them because of their own sensitivities, well, then they can grow and honor. I mean, I did have, definitely in the past, a lot of triggering words, and I had to look at myself and I had to really think, why am I doing this? And why am I resisting people who are just using those languages?
Yeah, and watching you. I mean, I was kind of like, I almost felt like I did you an injustice because I'm talking some language sometimes, and I come in there and see you, and you've got like the potty mouth from like, oh my gosh, it's like you're sounding like me, and I'm like, oh man, did I break her? But in your childish place, you just kind of like saying whatever the fuck you want to say whenever you fuck you feel like saying it. Hell fucking yeah, let's fucking go, right? Did I break her? I was, when I knew something would rub off, I was not expecting it to be my potty mouth. But I love how you show me even embracing that, embracing the duality of all sides of us has an intimate orchestra of beauty, perhaps, and is something that is one of the joys of being ourselves. I don't understand why so many of us deny that, or try to hide that they're not, or hide the fact that they aren't, and make it something that's a perversion of what it's meant to be.
Because we've gotten so much trouble trying to express ourselves as younger children, and so we learn quite quickly it's not safe to speak.
Mm-hmm. Or learn the regulations of which our speech can do it. So just know how we bring challenge to that with emotion.
I really love that sinister laugh you've got going on.
No. This is what I'm working on for, one of her oldest.
Beautiful.
Her son wanted a cape, or I would talk this into a cape, And so he kind of wants the green light, so I did this one. And I've never done one quite like this. I think it looks pretty good. Oops.
Services and let them know your location. If you are in danger, they can contact the authorities and tell them where to find you. And if you just need someone to talk to.
I've lost sound. Nobody else is talking.
I was doing dishes. I'm sorry. It's kind of loud.
That's what she was doing. But they were when she first came on. She was like clanging them. Right? I was like, oh, that was loud. But
I just finished fine-tune editing the Jimi Hendrix session, and so I came down to have some breakfast. I'd already cooked bread earlier, so it was cooled down enough to cut and consume. And now I'm listening and reflecting on that session and listening to both of you.
you're reflecting, huh? Yeah, I kind of.
On Jimi Hendrix session? What's that about? What's interesting?
He talked about his two lives and how essentially his soulmate, his ultimate companion, wasn't physical as a human that lifetime, but was embodying his guitars to help him be in the ultimate zone as he was transmuting energy and performing and creating profound music that were activating those who are listening.
That's incredible. That's really incredible, and I really believe that hits. It makes sense.
I got to experience him essentially energetically wanting to make love to the guitar. It was a public channeling.
Yes, you got to do drugs.
Just never realized where the guitar holding was kind of associated to a body part, and I could feel him grinding onto that object of desire and passion. And I was like, oh my.
I have seen that, and it you kind of get that feeling with a few different musicians when you watch them play, and they're really in their in that zone where they're really getting into their song and they're playing, and you can see it and feel it just emanating off of them.
Been pretty blind to a lot of music, and so I haven't actually consciously watched anything of him. And it was after the session that I got a sense that he did want me to call him in, and I was like, I don't know. And so I got that sense, go and look at his music, and the very first song that came up was a direct reference to my name. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he is definitely wanting this. And I can't recall how many songs I very briefly listened to before I jumped into that live, but it was intensive, especially the component of the two other life. He was expressing simultaneously two other lifetimes, and it was pretty intensive.
You know, you have some of the most unique channels, and just the neat. I don't always stay for all of them all the time. You know, I really make it through. Well, really make it all the way through, honestly. But it's really beautiful. I'm really blessed. I've really been really. And sometimes I'll even just have you turn down in the back. It's kind of like knowing that, Farby's getting, And I just thank you for all the awareness that you do bring to those that are willing to, you know, share some time. You've been pretty worth it for me. I'm really thankful for you.
It's the energy frequency that is carried. So absolutely don't listen to this Muppet's mouth. You can just respect the energy and feel into the energy versus whatever random stuff we're speaking upon, because it's the energy that does matter. So you're doing everything intuitively perfect for you, my friend, and I'm so proud of you. And Christopher, are you noticing how much conscious channeling and really good intuition you're getting?
Okay. I've been hunting myself a lot, you know, and I don't make the hunts enough, but I do a pause, you know, usually pause to, you know, signify and a bit of remembrance, you know, after just to make a moment to realize that, you know, I am in contact with my higher self, you know. I call him a snob, and I say I'm not, or this, that, and the other, but, you know, it's, I am aware of as much as I want to be aware of when I want to be aware of it. And I'm working on that, you know, I really am. And I'm really thankful to the people and the awareness that I have of that journey that I would not be on if it wasn't for you. Really, the two people in this room. I want to get the biggest credit to you at the moment. And everything it took to be able to appreciate you when I found you. I think that's about as honest as I know how to be. I thank y'all for seeing me, allowing me to be okay with being seen, to encourage me, to tell me I wasn't, or to accept me, even the parts that, you know, was too, what was it, dense for me to mention in their presence. And I just don't do well with boundaries. If you're going to bound my density, then you don't get the other side either, you know? You know, if you can hold me within limits, then you'll never see me anyway. I realize that, you know? It's not everybody's duty to see me, but I'm gonna leave a fucking mark, even if it's a skid mark on their fucking soul. They gonna remember me. When it's meant to happen. That's a pretty good gift I got, you know?
You know, you are worth knowing. You are very worth knowing. I am so grateful. I have so much appreciation for you, for coming across you, and you messaging me and making sure you didn't traumatize me, which you didn't. But I don't think that you should give people boundaries right off the get-go when you first meet them. I mean, how are you going to experience them? You know, it's just, some people have work to do on their own selves, so they're not ready to experience you fully. They're not ready to see all that you have to offer because they don't even see that within themselves. You know, you really have to kind of look at some of the darker parts of yourself and accept those sides of you before you can accept it in anybody else. You know, accept that you're not perfect, you're not the whatever image somebody gave you to try and become, and then whoever you became, that image of yourself that you think you are. You really have to look beyond that.
But I just wanted to just bring this out. It's there's a lot of things that I don't understand, like how people can't love their children, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know that. Maybe I think that's more of it. I don't want to know what that feels like. Right? You know, I like not being aware of what that feels like, you know? Yeah, I'll run with it. If that's all I got, I'll run with it, you know?
Oh, you go.
Love you guys. I love to feel comfortable. I mean that you know I have this freedom to be able to just be open and cherishing myself as I'm trying to cherish others. That creates a whole new accountability thing that I'm kind of digging. You know, it's kind of cool. It really is. It really is. Well, thank you for bringing up this, for helping to bring birth to this version. Both are still planting wonderful seeds that are yet to harvest. I'm looking forward to dreading some of those. I'm pretty different. Everyone gets a different version of me. It's on them. You don't know how to love. I'm limited to their reflection. It's not my fault. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah, that thing too. Had to bring that out, didn't you? I make laughing through crying while laughing fun. Try it, y'all. It's cool. It really is. She called me that the first live we're in together. Oh, something was here then too, man. Probably called me out. Yeah, your laughter ain't always laughter though, is it, buddy? Like, damn. Okay. I see you. I recognize that truth. Who are you? And then I got fascinated. Then I just got fascinated the more I looked into you. And you're just this freaking diamond mine of precious jewels that every time I look, I'm reinventing minerals just so that way I can show people what they are. Whoa! That was a good one. So when you catch me without words, you know that really is. Be careful. I'm gonna find words for it. Thank you for making me look. Hope you chew on that one, ma'am. That was for mastering, just saying. You can chew on it too if you want. That was a really good one, though. That was a really good one. I've never heard that before. Not even in my head. Fucking silence. Yeah, you would greet it with that, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would hit that one with silence. You shit.
I was just Dean, the first sort of message you sent me, Christopher, where you were like, "Who are you?"
Oh my god! I totally forgot about this. I totally forgot about
Who
this.
are you? Like, no. Who exactly are you? And how can you see right through me? And you were like, I have been on this TikTok sludge mudge for so long with all of these spiritual wannabes and these gurus and these, these little circle jerk, and you've shown up to them and they've not been able to see you. And they've missed those amazing opportunities that you've provided for them. And I think you were really worn out and you were starting to feel like you were losing yourself in their identity of what normal should be. And yet I heard you just apologizing for being you. And I'm like, we don't apologize for being fucking perfect. Like, geez, like, get real with your identity, my friend.
Yeah, I only match with certain people. And I've really learned to appreciate those people that, are aware or can be aware. And it's caution too. It's caution too, because, you recognize the spirits that people come in. I mean, it's not, especially with TikTok, I mean, you don't have to sit around in these drama rooms long to realize who makes the points, who leaves the room quiet, and who's speaking things that makes the most sense that nobody wants to fucking hear. It won't take long to recognize bullshit, especially in these streets.
Well, as our friend would say on the panel who comes regularly, it's just pageantry. And they're so keen to talk and hear themselves speaking, but they're not even listening to themselves or others to grow. I've been here a year and the stagnation stinks. It is so stagnant within them. And I know that sounds judgmental because I was expecting to see great growth. Everyone has the opportunity to have great growth. Now, have I checked their soul's journey collectively to expand and advance? Abso-freaking-lutely. So when I'm coming and sharing these observations, it's not my human judgment. They were all supposed to elevate. And yet they're keeping so tight, so cliquish. They're not expanding and growing together out of loyalty for their ignorance. Oh, that sounded mean.
Say it again. Say it again. Clarify that for me, will you? Clarify that for me. I don't do that in the back.
Yes.
It sounded spot on.
Thank you for hearing me and not judging me. No, thanks, guys. But I just really wanted to help Christopher really get a sense of the actuality of what he's gone through. He has been of great service. He has provided great examples of energy frequency, and they've tuned him out because it's not pageantry. And yet they had to sit there and listen and feel him, and they all immediately shut down. And this is where I get angry, and I'm going to just calm myself. They rejected him. And that's what's hurting him, to feel like he's not part of the soul family. And it's their exchanges. But yet, when you think you're above people, or you can tune people out because you see them as less than or something else, that is not an open heart, an open mind, an acceptance. That is them still on their learning journey. And I can have acceptance of that.
Are they rejecting him, or are they rejecting themselves when they recognize what he's saying and it strikes a chord? Are they rejecting that idea and the growth of it because they're comfortable where they are?
They come after the only enemy they see. They come after the only enemy they can perceive. Sometimes they're the easiest enemy they can attack. And that's just what it is.
It's not necessarily, I mean, yes, some people did reject him personally, some rejected him energetically, and he could feel all of that while he gets to make a choice whether he's going to take that personally or not. And so they get to reflect on that. When we're avoiding people that make us feel a certain thing, like thinking, like an emotion, like a reflection, like a expression, that's a trigger that we can certainly look into and expand upon and grow from, and thank him for the service and the remembrance of what it is like to expand fully your energy frequency with integrity, with matching emotions, as he is able to express them so eloquently. Team Christopher.
I love you guys. I love you. I love you, bitch. Fucking bitch.
You're such a good cunt.
You're such a good guy, man. I love your cunty ways. I love your cunty ways. Thanks for totally fucking me. You totally fucked me on that. I appreciate the reaming so much. I really do. I love the way you love me, honey. I just do. Oh. It goes to you too down there.
I mean, spirituality shouldn't be so PC, right? We're supposed to expand our minds, not become prudish. And, you know, that's beyond the human conditioning. If we are still thinking we should act and be and do all of that sort of, it's becoming too formalized, it's becoming too ritualistic and routine. That's why they can't expand their mindsets to bigger perspectives. They speak and preach about the higher self and how we're all one consciously, but yet they've never even thought about considering trying to learn directly from the higher self, let alone feel into the high energy frequencies. They're in the word salads of definitions and definitions only, as if the wisdom or the intelligence or the knowing of spirituality is actually the spirituality itself. Apply the perspectives that they're gaining to make it symbiotic.
It's really nice. It's really nice when, you know, you're in situations too where people, they don't have to defend you, but they defend they defend your ideas. And when you got people that understand you, just like sometimes when people, you know, they get upset with things you say and almost want to come at you. And it's so nice to have people that know enough of reality and how things work to be able to talk to people in a way that they can understand. And that's what we really need about, you know, the family and the ability, the fucking ability to be able to talk about anything. People don't realize how beautiful that is. You know, to be able to talk about anything that gives you any emotion. Having that space is, if you don't have that space to provide that space, then someone is possibly going crazy and you're not aware of it because you're making them behave in certain boundaries for your presence. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want to have that chauvinistic type. I know it's all about me, but it's about the reflection I leave behind too. It's the wake I leave behind, which, you know, the ripple matters more than the life sometimes. It's true.
Okay, for me, I know that being the messenger certainly can trigger them, and so they get to unpack that and maybe to come back in a year's time and process that, because they're not able to gobble up lots of perspectives, lots of energy and lots of information as much as others. And so I understand and respect why they have to go away, lick their emotional egos, and then recognize while I'm living rent-free in their heads, and try to prove me wrong, and then eventually they realize and grow from it to recognize what I was saying. And so that's fine. That's how we support each other. And yeah, to live rent-free in their heads, I mean, I'm expensive, so that's a that's a gift.
I mean, people fucking hate me and they're talking shit on me or talking about how I don't even know if they fucking exist. I mean, people are still pissed off about something I did years ago and I don't even remember it. I thought it was funny. I'm sorry they didn't see the humor in it. That just makes it even funnier. Oh, you know, I'm sorry I'm a dick like that, but I can't be. I'm sorry. I think it's funny. You would too. Right?
When I don't take it personally and just still love them anyway and send them that love when they're trying to send me that frustration, I understand that frustration. So then I can connect in with them consciously to give them those epiphanies and perspectives. And so that's been of service. And while they still feel agitated and irritated, I understand that because I was there not so long ago too.
I hear you talk about your bitch journeys, and I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I'm not gonna say I can't, but it's really every action I see you do is has such an amount of real love behind it. It's even the love for yourself that you honor. I don't even know if you honor it as much as you honor it in yourself as much as you honor it in others. To be honest, um, just but because you really are thought about self love, and sometimes that's from people who don't do it enough. I love you. I'm just question it. Just you make a difference, and I appreciate you, and you matter most. Not not what you do for others. You matter most. You live the experience is more important than sharing it. And I think you need to know that. I don't think you already do.
Yeah, definitely. I've had some huge healing opportunities with really safe spaces that I felt safe to be seen and heard and considered. And I got to do some really deep diving for myself. And that was really reflective. And while I know all is well, and it's always perfect divine timing that I get to explore these things with maturity, with acceptance, with honor for everyone. So I'm not sending any negative energy anywhere in any direction. So I'm just being observant. That's when I'm going to be effectively doing better inner work than maybe crashing out a year ago or whatever. So yeah, I am working on it, my friend.
And it's I love that we can share love with each other and not have to worry about repercussions of it. I mean, there's been times people, you say something, some people try to encourage, and they don't always take it that way, and they make you suffer for it. It's people who feel, don't appreciate the pain that you caused them as the healing that they needed. Ooh, 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 wow, okay, okay. Hey, Cassie.
Yeah, I definitely honor what you just shared because it can be applied to everyone, including yourself. And I love that. I love that. I love that.
I mean, when you're surrounded by love, you cannot help but resemble it. I'm rubber, you're glue. If I got shine, you must too.
AISSING. I'm gonna master that.
Whatever. I wish. I mean, one of these days. One of these days. Okay, now, man, I usually don't think about such things. I usually try not to, obsess about that one yet. It's really a lot different after it happens, but for now. Mm, 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 mm. But it's nice to be meet people that help me see myself. And that's what a beautiful compliment to be able to say to anyone that you help me see and love myself better and deeper and more authentic in a way that doesn't deny myself. I've never even heard such a compliment.
I really appreciate the way you go about your journey of growth. Because even when it's a challenge for you, you still tackle it head on. Even if you have to take a minute and pause and breathe, you still do it. You still look at yourself. You still look at, what it might mean or different perspectives. You don't see that too much with people, and I really appreciate that.
I'm a fluke. I'm a fluke for a reason. I was made for this for some reason. You know. I I just don't want to. I probably just don't want to accept, what I am because I don't want to get cocky. But it took me this long for a reason. It's like I'm not shitting. It's like when you start thinking all your traumas to help you be able to see and appreciate the people that are able to see you, and what beautiful to be so different that the only people that see you are such amazing people that it's worth the journey to find the steps. I can truly say that. Y'all are such steps, and I love that we're mirrors as well, because that means every step I go, I'm taking you with me. We all go together. And I like that for us. And this battery's about to die, so what a good time to end it anyway. This has been great. Thank you. This was not expected, but I appreciate all who energy was involved in today, and giving and receiving. Anyone who received, I'm not the well. Keep drinking. Water.